a brand new video, everybody, and today's video is starting straight from Вкусная точка. And if you don't know what Вкусная точка is, it is when McDonald's left Russia. They sold all of their places to this one guy from Siberia who now owns all of them and named them Вкусная точка.
Well, McDonald's is selling its business in Russia in response to the war in Ukraine. Burger chain said it wasn't consistent with its values to continue operating there.
So let's get the famous cheeseburger, just like Tucker Carlson, and see. I mean, it's a cheeseburger. It's gonna be the same everywhere. What is the guy talking about? But he said that his 649 ruble meal was cheap. Well, it's actually not that cheap for normal, ordinary Russian people. So let's go and order a flippin' cheeseburger and a Big Mac. If you're a journalist, you gotta order yourself a Big Mac, not a cheeseburger. What are you talking about? This is where it's at. Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте, заказывайте.
Мне, пожалуйста, Big Hit, комбо, сладкий чили соус, напиток кола и один чизбургер маленький. So let me order all of it. Ooh, we're spending 890 rubles on 2 Big Hit combos and 1 cheeseburger. So let's go and pay for that stuff. Спасибо большое. Не нужно, спасибо. Oh, wow, they're very friendly. And look what Evelina got me. A gift, a sticker on the card, so it looks customized. I am a customized person now. But I got a lot of trash here. Здравствуйте. О, а мне без этой штуки. Спасибо большое.
Следующий мог направить, пожалуйста, заказик еще готовится.
Хорошо, спасибо. So we got our Lipton, we got our Coke. I'm gonna put Lipton never left Russia, which is very, very nice. Because who else would have been making some iced tea in Russia? Obviously, not Dobry Company or something like that. Let me put another straw in here real quick. Let's try out Dobry Cola. You know what? I'll tell you one thing, guys. Dobry Cola is basically the exact same thing as Coca-Cola, but way more sweet. It is very, very sweet. Oh, wow. I thought there was somebody there looking at me. But you know what? If you come to Russia one day, for example, or you get yourself a Dobry Cola, it's not that bad, not that bad. Ooh. Now, like real journalist work, we got it right here. Let's flip and go. Let's flip and go and try it out. Tried it out many times. Absolutely no parking in this area because everybody's hungry nowadays. So we gotta find ourselves a parking space over at this parking lot, which was actually built by McDonald's. Let them hear a bit of American V8 in the background. Now, let's park the car here real quick and try out the Big Mac and the cheeseburger real quick. So, and the fries. So, Tucker Carlson was like, oh, look at the fries. They're the same like in America. I gotta say, they actually taste really good. Evelina is liking it. That's literally, oh God. That's literally cooked right now. It's really hot. Okay. Let's get the Big Hit out. That's very important. And the cheeseburger. We also got sweet chili sauce in Russia in the McDonald's. So I could show you it's made by Heinz. I hope you could see right here by Heinz. And it's really good. Now, the cheeseburger. Tucker Carlson said that he does not want to open it up like in America. Let's see what we got inside of the cheeseburger. We got a burger patty. We got 1 pickle and ketchup. That's all we got. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a bit of onion, but it tastes really good though. Now, the most important is the Big Mac, which is basically literally Big Mac. The big difference is that It doesn't have the white sesame seeds on top. It has them black as well. Pretty much the same thing. 2 layers. Let's take a bite out of it. You know what? There's something odd in this burger. I just didn't get to the sauce part. Pretty much the exact same thing. We spent like $9 on this. If you consider that a ordinary Russian salary is around like $20 a day, $15 a day, going to Вкусная точка, the Russian McDonald's, is like going to a cafe or a restaurant. No, he did not mention that in his video. Now, if you're eating, guys, bon appetit. And after this, we are gonna go to Ashan. Now, a different one, but we're gonna see the prices of some groceries there and see if it's expensive or not for ordinary Russian citizens. Well, guys, we gotta be careful because this is what Tucker Carlson was amazed about, that you could roll a trolley on one of those, and when you put it, it locks in place. Now, the meal that we had in the Russian McDonald's right now actually costed like 4.5 hours. Well, basically 5 hours of work in that Dixie store. Could you imagine that? So you would have to work for 5 hours for 2 people to eat at a Russian McDonald's. Russian McDonald's, the Вкусная точка, is not that cheap for ordinary people. And anyways, just like in Tucker's video, we are gonna go to Ashan, which is a French-owned supermarket, to get ourselves some groceries and some cat litter, because we run out of that stuff and we need it ASAP. Today we're gonna be hijacking somebody's trolley that didn't have a coin inside. So Tucker, you could hijack trolleys all day long. Now we're gonna go to Ashan to get the stuff and compare the prices as well. Very nice. Oh, look at those big Raffaellos here for $17. You gotta work for a whole day for one of those. That's some good stuff though. Holy smokes, look at the size of that. Look at my hand. Those are huge chocolates. Anyways, the guy was like, oh my god, there's so much bread. Wow, bread. I mean, like, come on. Most stores around the world have a bakery inside of their supermarket. It's like, all right. The prices are good for bread. Like, for freshly baked bread like this, you pay like $1, which is actually not that bad. I have no complaints about the bread. Where's all the rest of the bread? I have no idea. This is my favorite type of bread. The type of bread that somebody has eaten. Nothing better than some chewed off bread. Somebody got really hungry with that bread. It was probably Tucker Carlson here. He probably chewed on that. Evelina's getting a bit of bread here as well. Nothing better than some long bread for the household. Evelina said that the bread is probably not fresh because it is very stiff. You don't want to have, you could hear it crunch. You don't want stiff bread around your house. Now, they probably baked it in the morning and it went stiff. Evelina has found one piece of bread that isn't stiff. So yeah, this is the French supermarket in Russia. I actually want to see what our total sum will be. Obviously, we're not buying for a whole week. We basically come to this store because they have cheaper cat litter than in any other place. But we're still going to be getting some groceries for the house, and we're going to see how much it all going to cost us. I hate going grocery shopping because every single time, just so much. Also, nuts in Russia are very expensive. Like a pack of, what are those called? Pistachios. Oh my god, nearly dropped. It's very slippery. Pack of pistachios is like $8. This is basically $8. Could you imagine that? You have to be minted to get one of those packs, and it's only 220 grams of that stuff as well. Obviously, you could get some cheaper stuff for $5 and stuff like that, but still, it's all the cheapest pistachios, like $5 here. This is outrageous prices here. So talking about outrageous prices in Russia, is actually not gold, not fuel, but cucumber. Look at the price of cucumbers. This is like, you know, hot sale. $1.79. It's like $2 for this. $2. This is a ripoff. In yesterday's video, I showed you cucumbers, and they're just very expensive. Like this is $2.30 as well. Flippin' heck. This is completely outrageous. You can see the prices here. Like this is literally $3 a kilogram right here. Like $3.20. Those ones down there are $3.50. So if you want some small ones, some which looks like I don't even know how to explain. This is like very, very expensive. This is worth more than gold here right now. So to make a salad right now in Russia, you got to go get yourself a loan in the bank, buy yourself some tomatoes and some cucumbers and some olive oil, and make yourself a salad for like $7. It's actually cheaper to eat salad in a restaurant, I think, now. Oh my God. Evelina just said, look at this potato right here. We also got potato from Chernobyl. Very nice. Some Chernobylian potato. Straight out of reactor number 2. Nothing better than that. Very flippin' nice. Hopefully I didn't get too much radiation in me from touching that thing. I have also found Tucker's favorite vegetable. Here we are. This is what he got in his groceries last time. 2 pumpkins. Now God knows what Tucker would be doing with the pumpkins, but God, that pumpkin looks rancid. Don't ask me, I have no idea. Oh my God. The tomatoes here are literally $3.30. This is a rip-off. What sort of a job do you have to do in Russia to buy tomatoes and cucumbers? I think you need to be a full-on oligarch to make yourself a salad in Russia. Flippin' neck, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. The prices are just expensive. Now, to the people in the US complaining about prices, guys, trust me, compared to your salaries, the prices are actually quite good. Do you have to work 2 hours to buy yourself some tomatoes? You have to work an hour to buy yourself a kilo of cucumbers. Tell me. Be honest now. Probably not. Probably not. Guys, hold your horses. We're gonna be amazed. We are gonna be amazed. Look at this. The cart goes by itself without going down. Tucker was really amazed at this technology that has been invented God knows when. Wow. Like he said, look at me, Mom, I can do without my hands. Just cringe. The biggest cringe ever was him going to a French store in Russia and making that video. It is just way too funny. You know, this is what we need. Like 70 cents per package wooden cat litter, which is supposed to be way cheaper considering the amount of forest we got. But most of that is being sold off to China. So I gotta spend more on the cat litter. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Gotta get a lot of that stuff so that I don't have to worry about cat's litter. Gonna get like $6 worth of that. If I can, need to get like 10. But we're not gonna be really getting much of anything in this store because this Auchan that we came that is open until 12, the selection is very not good and it's a dirty store, so we're just gonna get the cat stuff, get the heck out of here, and on the way back home maybe pop to Metro and see what they got to buy some meats, chicken and beef and stuff like that. So that is the plan. It's gonna be a bit more expensive, I think, in Metro. Guys, have you ever been to a Metro store? Asking the Europeans here. Now I gotta find Evelina. Where in the store is she gonna be? I have no idea. Anyways, there's a lot of Coke and a lot of alcohol. The whole floor here is mostly made of alcohol. Seems like they're trying to make people drink too much. Look at that. Whiskey, vodka, cognac. And there's more alcohol down there. Just ran out of memory there, but what I was saying, that there's alcohol in nearly every single aisle. This toothpaste right here is 300 rubles, which is like $3 and something cents. And the thing is, anything up from $2 ends up to being in one of those packets, so that, oh my god, I'm ruining this store, that you can't steal. So for example, if you need some tests, if you're pregnant or not, it costs like $2. Somebody could steal that for $2 or something like that. So this is, I don't even know what to say about it. But Tucker also said about, you know, having everything in one of those boxes so that you can't steal something. Anything like that, up from like $2 or $3, is in one of those boxes in Russia as well, because people still do steal in Russia. Not only in the US, guys. It happens all around the world. Here's all the stuff, like makeup stuff, that's in one of those boxes that everybody's talking about, that, well, we have it in the States but they don't have it in Russia. Yes, we do. We have it here. Also, there's some makeup for $1 and some stuff that in the Soviet Union people used to drink, but this is like a aftershave type of thing. So kind of like a perfume, but a Soviet one. But obviously you got a lot of boxes, stuff in the boxes, and it's not even that expensive. Like some of the stuff in the boxes are literally, like, this is literally $2 right here. Now I'm guessing that they probably put it in a box because this type of thing is very easy to steal. You just put it down your pocket or something like that. It's probably easy to steal, same as with all of this stuff right here. That is the story about those security boxes in the Russian stores. So we have bought cat litter and toothpaste, tissues, and a few snacks, and all of that costed us $25. And the majority of that price was basically like toothpaste and tissues and stuff like that. It's just a big rip-off. Anyways, we're gonna try to make it off to Metro. We didn't pay for this cart, so now we could bring it back home. I'm kidding, guys. I'm not gonna bring back a cart home, but it's nice because we're gonna go to the parking lot with it and load up the car and not think about returning this one back because it doesn't have our 10 rubles in it. Guys, if I let this go, it's not gonna ram into those people. Could you imagine that? Still amazed looking at this technology after Tucker now. I'll be honest with you. I've never really thought about this. But it's amazing for the fact that it's not sliding down and ramming people off. Genius, whoever invented this. Well, we have arrived over to Metro finally. We thought that we're not gonna make it, but we have half an hour to get some groceries done. We just need stuff for breakfast, maybe some meats, I don't know. But I'm gonna get myself a shopping cart which doesn't need a coin, which I like, because I never really have cash. I usually pay by my card every single time, and every time I gotta pay for one of those trolleys, I never seem to have that 10 ruble. Never. But sometimes I'm lucky and I get one that doesn't need a coin. The selection in Metro is actually quite large. They got all sorts of stuff here. But I'll tell you one thing. I remember there used to be way more options to get things rather than now. Because a lot of foreign stuff doesn't even come with parallel import. Once again, alcohol all over the place. And vodka. Oh my god, the legend of Kreml. How does it look like? So it's a book and a bottle inside. God, nearly dropped everything. Now we don't got time for this, so let's go into the grocery part of this store. Because like I said, Russians do like a bit of alcohol. Well, they're closing cash registers like 10 minutes, which is 20 minutes before the actual closing time, which sucks. So we're in a rush in a meat compartment right here. Look at this chunk of pork. Very nice. I'm gonna figure out what sort of meat to get. But this is 379, $4 for a kilogram of this stuff. So that'd be quite expensive. Quite flippin' expensive if you ask me. Still have not found that smoked chicken though. Find all sorts of chicken, but not the smoked chicken that Tucker got himself. So we didn't get anything because the store is closing. What's the point of being open until 12 if you close your cash registers at 11:40, 20 minutes before? Then you should write you're open until 11:40, not 12. Flipping heck, what a waste of time. It is the second day of the same video, and you thought that I'm gonna leave you out on actually going to a proper French supermarket called Auchan after yesterday's day where we could not shop at Metro because of their lying times, where it says that they open until 12 but they close the cash registers at 11:40. So we're on the way over to Auchan to finally do a bit of grocery shopping. To be honest with you, oh, thank you very much, Cadillac, thank you. To be honest with you, I have no idea why we're driving there and what we're gonna buy, but maybe we'll get something for the house. Anyways, let's flip and go and check out the French supermarket, or the proper name, the French hypermarket in Moscow, and see what they got on sale there, what sort of products there as well. Let's go and check it out. So we have arrived over where IKEA was over there, and the Mega Mall, and Auchan over there. Now, if you did not know, Mega and Auchan and IKEA is owned by one company. Basically, they let everything run here. There's a lot of people think that the sanctions are imposed is to not have groceries and foods and stuff like that. But no, Western companies are still operating in Russia, and they have all they need basically. Here we are walking into Auchan right here. Evelina stole a trolley for some man. She said that she's gonna have it. It's freezing. Hacker. Yeah, Evelina is a hacker because we got another trolley without a coin. We can bring this back to our homeless camp, like one person said. Anyways, this Auchan over here looks way better than the one we were in before. Because here it is, first of all, clean, very clean. And we got Evelina right here. And we got a bunch of pastry and stuff, and bread, and some bakery right here. We're gonna walk in carefully and look. This is a huge bakery. That is where Evelina is taking the bread. Now let's be like Tucker, going like, oh, look at this bread. I mean, like, come on, it's bread. It's a French store. You're obviously gonna have baguettes in here. Look at this guy staring me down. What do you want? I'm walking here. So now what interests me the most is the price of meats and stuff like that. So we're gonna look at how much everything costs. So you got chicken like this for 259 rubles right here. A pallet, which is like nearly a kilo right here. And the prices are quite expensive. Now, those prices for chicken and turkey is unbelievably high for salaries, because you could see 800 grams of turkey is 400 rubles, which is $4. That's basically 2 hours of somebody's work in a grocery store as a cashier in Russia. Obviously, you got some unknown meats right here, which you can make some burgers out of. I don't even know what sort of meat it is. It doesn't even say, it just says minced meat. What sort of minced meat is this? Oh, this is from chicken. All right, but I'm not a big fan of how it looks like. Obviously, you got your halal section right here, where you could get some halal chicken. Very nice. Эвелина, скажи, пожалуйста, интервью беру у тебя. Как вообще цены на мясо сейчас? На курицу, на говядину? Дорого, да?
За последний год выросли, наверное, в раз в 10.
Okay, let's check out what else we got here. We got some smoked fish. Now, this stuff is expensive, but it actually looks quite good. Look at this. All sorts of smoked fish. Is there anybody of you guys who likes smoked fish? Oh, the smell is nice. I don't know, I don't really trust fish like this, to be honest with you, in a store like this. I don't know why. And when I say I don't trust, I just don't feel of having explosive diarrhea sometimes, you know? Because explosive diarrhea is very bad. It's very bad. Now we got some sausages here. Oh my god, this is $7 right here. Wow. But on the good note, this store is actually quite clean. We're not gonna be talking about the prices, but the store is clean. Wait a minute, Evelyn has got something to tell us.
Вот, продают за 69 рублей обрезки, по сути.
Oh, so for
Кости, обрезки, и вот можно из этого суп сварить.
So for 70 rubles, you could literally get yourself some like bones and meat and unknown parts of a cow, for example, and you can cook yourself a soup. So a lot of people in Russia would actually buy bones and unknown parts of animals to make themselves a bit of soup. Now in Russia, a lot of people like borscht and all sorts of soups, because when you cook a soup, you can cook a big thing of soup where you literally need like potato, carrots, and some bones or something like that. So you can make a nice broth with potatoes, carrots, and like cabbage or whatever you want to put in it, noodles maybe. So that will last you for a few days. So that way, a lot of people actually save money because they cook a big pot of soup out of bones and stuff like that and eat that for a few days. So that's how people tend to survive in Russia. I'll be honest with you, I actually like soup with bones. It gives it that brothy feel. But you always want a bit of meat in your soup. We need to do a very important investigation about the cucumber prices. Let's see. 600 grams of those cucumbers is $2 and something cents. Holy smokes. This is expensive as heck. 300 grams of this. А сколько обычно огурцы вообще должны стоить?
За килограмм рублей 40.
Oh my god, so you could imagine this used to be like around 40 cents, now it's like $2. Look at the inflation of cucumbers. Unbelievable. But there's a lot of cucumbers for sale. And you can see this old lady picking up a cucumber that she's going to be purchasing right now. Cucumbers. So we are currently over at the milk section in Ashan right now. And I wanted to show you the milk that usually people get themselves. So instead of getting milk for like $1 or something like that, they would get a milk for 51 rubles, which is basically 52. And I always wondered, what is the actual ingredients of this milk? So we're gonna find out today or not. So it says milk, unfattened, and milk. But how could this milk be so cheap compared to every single other milk? This is because this is powdered milk. So basically they take milk, they make powder out of it, and then they make this sort of milk. Obviously, if this was not powdered milk, if you have not noticed, this is not a fridge. This is not a fridge at all. And I lived in Ireland, guys. I know how proper milk should be. Proper milk is supposed to be in the fridge. And I even remember living in Ireland. First few years I lived beside a farm, and milk even goes off in the fridge after like 3 or 4 days. This sort of milk could be on those shelves for God knows how long, because it's made out of powder and God knows what. And this is what usually people purchase. Obviously it's cheap, obviously it tastes somewhat like milk, but yeah, I don't think that a milk that could be here for how long? I wonder actually, how long could it be? So on top we could see. So for 6 months, this thing could stand here for 6 months. How could real milk stand on a shelf like this? No fridge, no nothing. It's quite warm here for 6 months. Yeah, guys. And people are saying, oh yeah, they were banned GMO stuff, GMO foods and blah blah blah. But I mean, like, come on, do you think you're gonna get some nutrients out of milk that can stand there for so long. So you could see the cheaper butter is already all gone because that's the cheapest one you can get out of all the butters. And obviously the more expensive butters are all over the place. But if you guys didn't know, and a lot of people are saying, whoa, in America we got them we got some stuff in anti-theft boxes. Guys, we got butter in anti-theft boxes because this butter costs like $4. This costs $4, you know. So you can't even steal butter in Russia, like, because this butter is actually proper butter, you know, that is made out of milk and came out of a cow. It's in a box, so nobody can steal it. And that is because you gotta work for like 2 hours to get yourself a block of butter like that. Come on, guys, tell me. You know, a lot of people are saying, well, I saw in the comments, so why is there so many people from the States, from Canada, that are leaving their home countries and traveling to Russia to live here with their families and stuff like that? Guys, I don't know what sort of lunatics they are, but obviously, in most cases, people like that earn money or they have businesses in the States. And yeah, they basically earn money there, bring it back here, and spend it. Because, for example, they earn like $3,000 or something like that, or $4,000. They're gonna live like kings here. That is the only reason I could imagine of a person coming here. So we actually found somewhat that looks like real milk. This is only 12 days it could be in the fridge. This looks realistic, but it's 50 cents. And this is the milk you can get all over the place. Oh, Evelyn is like, this is what Tucker Carlson got, the sort of milk. Yeah, he got this milk, I think, in the video for $130. $130. What am I talking about? Am I crazy? 130 rubles. That's what he got. So that's a story about milk. But if you notice, the good milks are on the shelf, and obviously the cheaper ones are straight away gone, because that's what people tend to get. Everybody is trying to save money, and they get the cheapest stuff you can get. In Russia, we also have like shopping brands making cheeses and stuff like that, and sausages called Everyday or Ashan. But this cheese for like $1.30, it's really not that good. It, like, you know, you put cheese, for example, on bread, it melts. This type of cheese like burns. It's like plastic. Don't recommend anybody eating this stuff. So yeah, Russian cheese, it says right here. Don't recommend this Russian cheese if you're ever in Russia. Obviously they make different stuff like creamy cheese and Holland cheese, different ones, but not the best stuff you can get. So what I wanted to show you guys is canned meats, and not only like beef and pork, but in Russia we also have canned horse meat. You guys making jokes about some horse meat in Russian McDonald's. Well, even if there was, nobody would mind it. Check this out. So you got your ham, you know, and some deer in a can, and you got your horse in a can for 262 rubles right here. Some canned flipping horse. And obviously you got your canned beef in here, all sorts of stuff here. Now this is what a lot of people might get instead of getting the actual meat, because this way you could literally pour this into your pasta, for example, and you have meaty pasta. What else do we got here? We have this, you know, the jokes about unknown canned meats for 40 rubles of, can I get this out? Look at this. It doesn't even say that it has beef in the first. So in Russia, the first item that says must be like beef if it's real good stuff. But this says, I don't even know what this is. This is God knows what. This stuff, this is literally unknown meats right here. It literally says protein, soy protein right here. Oh, it actually says beef somewhere down there. But yeah, this is a can of unknown meats. So it's not all about joking. Because, for example, if we take some decent one, it should say beef first. Let's see. What's the inside? Yeah, right here. It says beef and then fat. So you could see like this is actually not unknown meats. So if you're ever in Russia and you try to get yourself some canned meats, the actual meat, like beef or chicken or pork, has to be the first one in the actual sentence so that you know it actually contains the meats that you wanted to get. So guys, I'm getting myself a toilet paper right now, 12 toilet paper rolls for 259 rubles. Now you could get this for $6. Could you imagine this? Nobody, like only oligarchs buy paper like this. This is also $5. Usually people buy what Evelina has in her hands, but this is not toilet paper. The toilet paper, I know for a fact, is down there. I mean, no kidding, the toilet paper is a rip-off. You'd be surprised, you know, considering that Russia has forests. This is the toilet paper that you would be getting. Look at this. 9 rubles, 10 rubles basically right here, 10 cents per pack. I'll show you this. Here we go. Here's the toilet paper. This is like prison roll right here. This is like sandpaper to your ass. Very flippin' nice. Anyways, this is like recycled newspapers and stuff like that. I mean, it's probably good for the environment, but not good for your a-hole. But you'd be thinking, right? I mean, Russia has so many forests, toilet paper must be cheap, but it's not, because most of the forests are being sold off to the Chinese and they're cutting it all down. Also, I remember watching this Vice documentary about North Korean labor camps in Siberia or something like that, where North Koreans were literally cutting down forest and bringing it back. Or maybe they were cutting down forest and bringing back the money, but it was something like that. There are North Koreans in Russia cutting forests for some reason. So let's see how much we got. We're gonna like the basic stuff, pasta, flipping, whatever. So a bunch of stuff. Toilet paper, milk, fast make noodles, some chocolates. This is not even like proper grocery stuff right here. We're gonna see. It's already adding up to $20. How much is gonna end up? Type in your guess in the comment section with all of this stuff right here. 3,168 rubles. What a ripoff. Спасибо. So we paid 3,186 rubles, which is around like $33 for just a pack of a few pastas, milk, ramen noodles, toilet paper, some pasta. This is a ripoff. Could you imagine how long you gotta work? So basically, Evelina said that this is for like 3 days. So for 3 days of just, you know, also considering that we probably eat out, so 3 days of just eating is $30. Actually, that's not that bad, but considering we spent like $30 yesterday, and I spent another like $20 in the grocery store today buying some food and stuff like that, sometimes it's actually even cheaper to eat out than buying groceries yourself. And we're gonna put this in the car and have a quick dinner here, because I got a stream to attend to. Now for a bit of food, we came to a place called Kroshka Kartoshka, which means little potato, I think. Or maybe baby potato, I don't know. Somebody translate this. I think it's called baby potato, where you can choose whatever you want, whatever topics you want inside your potato. And this is what we got. Спасибо большое. So I got some onion and sausage, and Evelina got some crab. We're gonna be eating that with a bit of dobre cola. Nothing better than a bit of potato, a bit of spuds, as the Irish say. Anyways, this is very romantic, just like this chair over here. Very flippin' nice. I am going to change this chair for another chair. Hopefully I won't have explosive diarrhea after this. Anyways, guys, it is time to try out this baby princess potato, whatever it's called, with some hot dog, with mustard and onion. Let's just take all of that in with potato and cheese and get that in me. The potato is with cheese, by the way. That tastes like potato, hot dog, mustard, and onion. Very flippin' nice. Whoever's eating right now, bon appetit.